Buckle up, you do not want to miss this one. Today, I'm going to teach you guys how to make the viral multi-million-dollar sweatshirts from TikTok shops. Starting off strong, let's start off with the famous pickled sweatshirt. If you guys have not heard of this sweatshirt, you are obviously living under a rock. This thing has been trending and viral all over the place. So this girl over on TikTok, I'll show you guys a little clip here. She actually designed out this sweatshirt and it went crazy. Everybody and their mother purchased this sweatshirt with over 45,000 sales. Do the math at that for $44 a sweatshirt. And that is well over $1 million. $1 million in sales for one sweatshirt. That's not including all of the t-shirts that she's also done with the exact same design. Insane. Now keep in mind that you can get these sweatshirts as low as around around $7, and then we are going to sublimate on them. So this is just going to be something to inspire you to get out there and start making money today. So I'm going to walk along and teach you guys how easy it is to make your very own viral sweatshirt. Step number one is starting with a design. So you have to find a design that you know is going to hit home for everybody. So the girl that actually designed this, she knew that obviously there is millions and billions of people that are obsessed with pickles, right? So there was this design over here on Etsy. I usually try to find the designs that have more sales. That's how you can kind of figure out who actually started the design. I try to give credit where credit is due. I still have no idea if this is the original designer or not, but this is one that I know a lot of people have purchased, so I know the quality is going to be good. And like I said, more than likely, it's going to be the original seller. Now that leads us to our very first purchase. So this is going to cost us $1.99. We're going to start making this viral sweatshirt with $1.99. We're going to download it and we're going to get ready to print it. A quick tip whenever it comes to printing my designs, once I've downloaded them, I like to open up Canva and then bring in a blank canvas the size of the sublimation paper I'm using. So for example, this is an 11 by 17 canvas, if you will. And what I've done is stretch this as big as I possibly can because with this viral sweatshirt, this design is really, really big. Honestly, with my Sawgrass SG 1000, I could do a 13 by 19, but I don't want to put in my little attachment and all that. So 11 by 17, I've measured on my sweatshirt. It's going to be sufficient enough. It's going to be about 11.5 by 11.5. I'm happy with that. So like I said, I'm just going to stretch it as big as I can. Then you're just simply going to center that on your canvas so you guys can see those crossbars, right? So you guys can see that I am dead center. The next thing I'd like to do is just go up here to share and we're just simply gonna download it. So as you guys can see, it's now over in the Sawgrass Print Manager. Everything is ready to go. I have it sent over to my SG 1000. I'm gonna keep it on polyester. Even though this is a Gildan, it is a 50-50, half cotton, half polyester. I'm still gonna go ahead and leave it at that poly setting. Now with a poly blend, we will lose a little bit of that color in the wash, but not enough to cause any sort of drama. So it's going to be good. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and hit print. How stinking cute is this? It is so big. This is printed once again on 11 by 17. So as you guys can see here, this is a nice big bold print. It would be even better if I would have printed it on that 13 by 19, but I'm not hating it. But for $1.99 and for around $7, so we're at $7, $8, $9, $9 so far, we are making the viral $44 shirt that is making millions over on TikTok. So now let's go ahead and get ready to cut this down. But before we do, you guys comment down below. Let me know, do you even like pickles? And if you do, what is your favorite brand of pickles? Do you like them cold? Do you like them hot? Do you like them in the, the hamburger style pickles or the spears? My favorite are these Clausen. I started buying them a few years ago and the baby pickles in these, to die for. They're so, so good. But like I said, you guys let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite pickle? Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and trim this down just to make it a little bit easier so I can kind of see where I'm placing it. I'm just going to cut away the excess, just like so. All right. And then what I like to do is just fold my paper in half and I'll get a little crease right here. So that's going to help me figure out about where that center is. Now there's a few things that I want to do before I actually press this. I want to pull out any sort of moisture on here. I'm going to go ahead and remove that lint first because I can already tell I've got a few pieces of lint going on here. And they're not really wanting to pick up the best. It's almost like little burlies. You know what I'm talking about? I don't think they're going to hurt my design, so I'm just going to leave it alone, but I'm not sure what's going on. It almost seems like another fabric from the factory has gotten some little tiny burleys in here, almost like a khaki color of a couple little spots, and I'm fine with it. All right, so this is the Gildan Heavy Blend, and like I said, these are 50 cotton, 50 polyester, so you will have some of that color wash out. If you don't want that color to wash out, you can always treat this first with like poly T. I'll have that link down below. Actually, I have a tutorial on here somewhere. I'll also try to link that below for you guys. Using that poly T spray will allow those colors to stay and you won't lose any color at all. Now I want to go ahead and pull out the moisture, and to do so, we are also going to be testing out the ever so popular Vevor, I don't know if I'm saying that right either, Auto Press. This one right here is supposed to be like a dupe for the Cricut Auto Press. Now I will say that yes, it is much cheaper and it is quieter. I did purchase the Cricut Auto Press and I actually sent it back because it sounds like a hairdryer is on, because it has a fan that keeps the plastic cool, you know. But you do have downgrades because this does not have a non-stick coating on the metal here. It doesn't have like that ceramic coating. This is some sort of like really thin metal, it seems like. And then this is just a little bit cheaper. So these do kind of move around. So that's what I'm seeing so far. Other than that, let's check it out and press it. So we're going to pre-press. I am just going to go ahead and pop this on here, and I think there's plenty enough space to work with. I've got everything smoothed out. Now all you have to do is hit that power button and it's going to close down. So the one thing with this one is you have to push the power button there to open and shut it and turn it on and off. So that's a little thing there, but I wouldn't mind it. For 200 bucks for an auto press, I mean, it's pretty awesome. Now, I will say, whenever they sent me the first one, so they actually sent this to me, they sent me one before, I had some issues with it, and so I had to toss it out, and they actually sent me another one, and it is working perfectly fine. So I do think it is very cool of the company that they are definitely looking into and making sure that they address the issues, and wanted to send out another one because they wanted to assure me it was definitely just a one-time accidental something happened there. So really excited to test it out again. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pop it back open. You honestly only needed to pre-press this for around 5 seconds or so, but I was chatting about the press. Hey, that looks like really good pressure. So we're gonna bring it back over here, and you can hopefully see that little bit of the outline there. So pressure looks pretty good. So we're going to see how it's going to sublimate. Now, let me know in the comments below, have you guys purchased the Vevor Auto Press? If you have, what are your thoughts on it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? And also, is it on your wish list? Is it something that you're thinking about grabbing this holiday season? I want to know all that as well. All right, so once this completely cools back down, we are ready to press it. All right. So you want to come down around 3 or 4 fingers or so. We're just going to center it up with that neck tag. Now I'm going to go ahead and take some tape and tape it down. All right, so we just want to make sure we are nice and straight. I'm going to get a piece of tape right up here and here. And since I'm going to move this and I'm not doing this at the press, I'm going to go ahead and get one on each side just so I can try to make sure that I'm keeping it exactly where I want it. Let's go ahead and load it on the machine. So very carefully, I'm going to move it. We're going to cover it with a piece of parchment, and then we are going to go ahead and hit that go button. All right, so it's going to open up. Moment of truth. Here we go. Dun, da, da, da. I don't want any ghosting to happen, so I'm going to go ahead and peel it over here, and then we're going to check it out. So I'm just going to carefully get a corner and peel. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. So 400 degrees for 60 seconds. So with this press, I have found that I had to bump it up. Normally with a poly cotton blend, I usually do around 385 for around 50 seconds or so, but this one I did have to do 400 degrees for 60 seconds, and the colors were much more vibrant and it did a better press. I'm going to go ahead and drop it down here first just so you guys can see how awesome this is. So amazing. I love it. It is so stinking cute. As you guys know, CrystalAnn's famous words. It is so cute. I love it so much. You guys let me know, what are your thoughts below. Now, one thing is that this has actually been put on, I believe, a gray sweatshirt. I do believe it is also a Gildan. It's a gray sweatshirt, but I only had the white one. I didn't have the gray one. So I thought, you know what? We're going with the white. I'm so excited. I know some of you guys are going to be asking, Crystal, what are you doing? Are you teaching how to make this at a super affordable rate? That's definitely not what I'm doing. You definitely could, because it is a design that obviously this creator purchased and she's selling it, right? So if you wanted to make this on your own, you definitely could. There's other sellers as well doing it now, but you want to be the original creator. So this is just to give you inspiration. think outside of the box, try to look and see what is going to be the next viral design, whether it's going to be, once again, a holiday related design or something that is going to spark the hearts of millions that love pickles, okay? So really just think outside of the box. You don't become a $1 million company or a six-figure company or even thousandaire, if you will, overnight. It takes time, and you're going to have that one item that's going to take off, but you need to be prepared. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about that quickly, and then we're going to jump into our next sweatshirt. So I wanted to tell you guys a few things that you could do. Number one, TikTok shops is starting to take off. You may want to look into that, but be prepared, because when you do, you're going to need the inventory. So you're going to want to make sure you purchase that on hand. The scary thing is you don't sell them, you're stuck with a bunch of inventory. What I would do is I would start out selling on, say for example, your local swap site like Facebook or Instagram, list it to your family and friends, but take pre-orders. So say for example, I'm going to take pre-orders for an entire week. I'm selling them for $44. Once you get your payment, they have to pay you right away. If they're wanting to pre-order, you're going to shut it down at the end of the week. You're going to take that money. You're going to purchase all of your sweatshirts. The next week, you're going to pump all those sweatshirts out. By the end of the next week, you're going to meet with everybody and you're going to pass them out. That's one way to start building your money. Once you take the money and the investment that you have there, the profits, if you will, from those sales, you're going to take that, and then you can do something like a TikTok shop where you can purchase inventory and be ready to go viral. But never, ever, ever think overnight that you should go purchase hundreds and hundreds of pieces of like sweatshirts or anything like that, because you never know. You don't want to put yourself in any sort of financial debt, but you can do this. It does not have to be this design. This is just to show you that someone did it. Now, let's go ahead and check out our next one. For this next one, it's another one that I'm super excited and I could not wait to make. There's actually multiple different versions of this going around, and it is this Halloween cats. There is dogs. There is the little spooky ghost that has coffee that you could put in the pocket area, or there's 3 ghosts that have coffees in their hands. There's so many different ones. Just to show you guys another quick example, because I know that the sales for like the Halloween are probably going to start taking down. So you may want to go ahead and start making those Christmas designs. And this is one that was trending last year and it's coming back. It's one that everybody loves. A lot of people love this Christmas cake snack cake, okay? I'm not too sure 100% what it's called. If you guys love that Christmas cake snack cake, you guys comment down below. It was one of my favorites. I don't eat it anymore. I wish I did. It's hard, but I want it. But either way, just to show you, this is another one, $3.50. This one is starting to trend, so you may want to go ahead and jump on that wagon. Now, come on, we got to come back over here to the cat file, because like I said, I could not wait to make this sweatshirt. So there was a cat, there was a dog, but while this started to go viral in trend, I paid attention to it and I noticed that the cat took off way more than the dog did. So this cat one is definitely making way more money than the dogs. Now, you guys, let me know in the comments below, are you team cat or are you team dogs? When it comes to the old kitty cats and dogs, I will say that those ones were everywhere. There is so many people. If you look this one up on TikTok, I can't even keep up with who the original creator is because it's everywhere. Everybody and their mother is making this one right now. And between all of those sales, this has got to be a multi-million-dollar sweatshirt idea, right? So this one is really doing good. So you could jump on that wagon if you want to as well. Or if you feel like that's oversaturated, jump on over to those ones that you're starting to see trend from the Christmas. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do this one. Jumping into that math, first, we're starting out with our design. Over here on Etsy, once again, I try to find the design with the most sales, so that way I can pretty much figure out the first creator. I really try to give credit where credit is due. And so for this one, $3.50 to buy our file. For this sweatshirt, I'm using the exact same brand. This is that Gildan Heavy Blend once again. Now, whenever it comes into the colors, like this one is a tan or khaki, these are around $9, so these are a little bit more expensive. The white is always going to be the cheapest at that $6 and something. Now let me teach you another trick here. You can tie-dye those. You can dye them. you can just dye them whatever color you want. You don't have to do like a tie-dye. Now, what I really love to do is just take and tie all these little knots all over. I've done a whole video on it. I'll try to link it down below. And then you can use this really pretty, like the caramel coffee colors, and it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to look like a whole vibe. I'll try to add some sort of photo here just to give you an example of what I'm talking about. Or like I said, add that video. But with the whites, you can turn them any color you want to. So you could grab them in, have you a bucket, and you can turn them all blue if you want to, and just save a few extra dollars like that. Just another tip. But it's something that I like to think outside of the box. Now, let's go ahead and take that sweatshirt. What I'm going to be doing today is I'm using the Mighty Hoop here. I love this thing. I am obsessed with it. You guys know that I had unboxed this with my Ricoma machine, and so I've been wanting one for a long time. I've used the Mighty Hoops, but I had never had the Hoop Master. This thing is going to help you put the perfect placement every single time. So this is something that I highly recommend if you guys are going to get into embroidery, that you guys purchase, because you are going to get that same placement every time. I don't have to slow down my work trying to get it in the same spot every single time. This is going to do it for us. Whether you guys are going to be doing the left chest logos or anything like this, you guys are going to be obsessed with this. Like I said, you're going to see it in a lot more tutorials, so stay tuned. But I do highly recommend, if you're going to get into your embroidery, this is something I would try to invest in. I went ahead and turned it so you guys can see. You're going to lift these up. We're going to take some of our tearaway backing here. I'm just going to get it right on top of here. We're going to drop this down. Now inside of here, I already have the back side of my hoop in there. And so what this is going to do is hold our this is tearaway stabilizer, if you will. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get that sweatshirt loaded on it. So you're just going to take it like this, and we're going to feed it right on top. Now I'm using a commercial style embroidery machine, but maybe you're going to start out on a flatbed, one single, the sewing / embroidery, and that's okay too. You're going to do it a little bit different than I'm going to, but you can still make money and go viral, right? As long as you're able to get out there and get it done, and then maybe you're going to upgrade later. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my neckline is to that B mark. All right. Now for the fun part, we're just going to drop it right on top, and now it's ready to go. So this has the perfect placement for me. I'm going to pull it off here, so when we lift it up, it's going to release. So it's actually pulled itself out of here, which is super, super cool. We'll get into that in a whole nother video. So if you guys are into embroidery and you want to see more on the Mighty Hoop station, or even more about the Mighty Hoops, let me know. I'm going to start doing some shorts, I think, on that, just to kind of help you guys set it up. All right, so let's get it ready to load. Now that we have it loaded on the machine, I have already added the file to my USB stick and added it to my machine. It is so easy. This is a file that is already just ready to go. You're just simply going to figure out what size you want to use, and then you're going to add that to your USB and then add it over to your machine. So I've already selected my colors, so all I need to do is trace, which I'm going to go ahead and show you guys really quickly. I'm going to go ahead and trace the area, move it up to where I want it to be, make sure it's going to be the perfect placement, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit go. Our machine is completely done embroidering. It is so easy. What's really cool about an embroidery machine is you can really speed it up and get it knocked out super fast, or you can really slow it down and get a better quality stitch. I always like to slow mine down just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm afraid of like a needle break, so I'm always like the scared one. So don't be afraid. If you guys are like me, it's okay to slow it down. All right, so let's go ahead and unload it. We did it. I am so, so excited for this one as well. Let me drop it down here and show you guys. How awesome is this? So let's go ahead and remove the Mighty Hoop. So we're just gonna grab it and separate it just like that. Now for the tearaway, it's exactly what it says. It's tearaway. So you're just gonna grab it very carefully and tear away all of that excess. just like that. It doesn't have to be super perfect. It will wash away the excess in the wash. How stinking cute is this? And it is so easy to make. This only took 2 colors, black and white, and it barely takes anything. This thing costs pennies to make. So you have your around $9 to $10 sweatshirt. You have pennies. So let's not even count the thread. If we do maybe 10 to 20 cents, and then we had the, what was it, $3.15 design. So let's just say we're around $14 or so on making this sweatshirt. Once again, I highly recommend you guys try selling something like this. Start out with those pre-orders. Make sure you get paid right away. Have them Cash App, Venmo, or pay you in person before you actually order the sweatshirt. Then pump them out really quickly and then turn them over and then move on and do the next design. That way it keeps them going. They know that you're not going to resell this one. It's limited edition. They're going to want to buy the next. So you guys let me know if you guys have found inspiration from this to go out, make your own money, make your own sweatshirts. Once again, you don't have to make these designs, but this is going to show you how easy it is. It only takes one design. When you start to see that it trends, go for it. Just do it. Either come up with something on your very own, or if that's a design that you can purchase yourself over on Etsy, just like the last person got it, don't be afraid to get out there and hustle and make your own cash. I hope you guys have found inspiration to get out there and make your very own $1 million t-shirt, sweatshirt, tumbler company, if you will. You've got this. You can totally do it. You guys let me know in the comments below if I have inspired you in some sort of way, whether it's to get out there and get crafting today, or you're going to start your own business in 2023, 2024. Once again, you don't have to completely start a whole business. Sell them to your family and friends. Take those pre-orders, make a little extra cash, take that cash, invest it into a machine. Maybe you're going to buy a Ricoma embroidery machine, get into that commercial, or maybe you're going to start on a flatbed, an embroidery / sewing machine. Maybe you're going to get a sublimation printer and really get out there and start working. But like I said, you guys let me know if I've inspired you in some sort of way. And don't forget to let me know what's your thoughts on the pickles, and are you team cat or team dog? Hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.